The past is full of secrets, and we're here to uncover them. Stay with us for this incredible discovery. You're going to be shocked when you hear about the mysterious tomb of the Anunnaki king. Today, I'm going to tell you about some mind-blowing discoveries connected to this ancient civilization, which is still surrounded by mystery and legend. Who exactly were the Anunnaki? Where did they live, and when? What do we know about their mysterious king, and how did scientists find his tomb? And what were the astonishing, unexplained artifacts found inside that challenge everything we thought we knew about history? Get ready. This is going to be fascinating. Let's start with the basics. The Anunnaki were gods in ancient Mesopotamian mythology, one of the world's oldest and most influential civilizations. They're mentioned in Sumerian, Akkadian, Assyrian, and Babylonian texts dating from around 3000 to 1000 BCE, but actually these beings may have appeared much earlier. The word Anunnaki in Sumerian means descendants of An or royal blood. An was the sky god, the highest deity in the Sumerian pantheon, and the Anunnaki were believed to be his offspring. In mythology, the Anunnaki were powerful gods who played key roles in the creation of the universe and in governing the world. They were associated with fate, justice, and the underworld. Some texts even describe them as judges of the dead, deciding the fate of souls after death. They were often contrasted with the Igigi, the lesser sky gods. But what really blows my mind is this. In ancient beliefs, the Anunnaki were described as reptilian beings who looked like humans. That's pretty strange, and what you're about to learn might truly shock you. The Anunnaki are linked to the ancient region of Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, Syria, Turkey, and Iran. This area between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers is known as the Fertile Crescent and is considered the cradle of civilization. Cities like Ur, Uruk, Nippur, and Lagash were born here, along with writing, mathematics, astronomy, and law. Some even say that our entire civilization was shaped by these mysterious beings. Their influence is said to stretch over thousands of years, from as far back as 10,000 BCE to around 1000 BCE. During this time, the Sumerian, Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian cultures emerged and contributed to the myths and religious beliefs of the region. Some think that these cultures were actually built on teachings passed down by the Anunnaki. Now, in the mythological texts, the Anunnaki aren't usually described as one group ruled by a single leader or king, at least not in a human sense. But some gods stood out due to their power and influence. Take Enlil, for example, the god of air and earth, often considered the supreme god with great authority over both deities and humans. His temple was in Nippur, a religious center. Then there's Enki, the god of water, wisdom, and magic based in Eridu. He was known for his intelligence and seen as a protector of humanity. And let's not forget Inanna, known as Ishtar in Akkadian mythology, goddess of love, fertility, and war. She played a central role in many legends. While there's no clear mention of a king of the Anunnaki, some scholars think this title could refer to a high-ranking deity or legendary figure like Gilgamesh, the mythic king of Uruk, who famously searched for immortality. Now think about this. Don't some religions that appeared around the same time share similar characteristics? That's likely because they all emerged within a similar historical time frame. Among the world's major religions, Judaism is considered one of the oldest, dating back to around 2000 BCE. But as you've just seen, the Anunnaki were said to exist way before that. Incredible, right? In recent decades, archaeologists have been actively exploring the ancient lands of Mesopotamia, hoping to unlock the secrets of one of the most mysterious civilizations ever. In 2018, a team of international scientists began an excavation near the ancient city of Ur, which was a key center of Sumerian culture. Ur is famous for its ziggurats, these massive stepped temples dedicated to the gods. The goal of the mission was to explore previously untouched parts of the burial grounds, where they hoped to find the graves of high-ranking officials, priests, or maybe even kings. But what they found shocked everyone. The excavation led to something completely unexpected. Around 15 meters below the surface, they uncovered a huge underground structure with multiple rooms and passageways. The walls were decorated with bas-reliefs and cuneiform inscriptions showing scenes from Anunnaki mythology and religious rituals. The central chamber was especially fascinating. It contained a massive sarcophagus made of black basalt. It was covered in intricate carvings of gods, symbols, and mysterious markings. Inside were human remains, surrounded by luxurious burial offerings, gold jewelry, weapons, and vessels made of precious metals and stones. Analysis revealed that the remains belonged to a man aged between 40 and 50, tall and strongly built, possibly a priest or high-ranking ruler. Radiocarbon dating showed the burial to be around 12,000 years old. Interestingly, Iranian authorities claimed the body was only around 900 years old, but experts believe that was intentional disinformation. So, who was this man? Why would authorities hide the tomb's true age? How was such an elaborate underground burial even created back then? Who built it, and where did they get the technology? There are far more questions than answers. Among the artifacts, one piece stood out, a golden tablet showing a detailed image of the night sky, with constellations and planets mapped out so precisely it stunned modern astronomers. How could ancient people have created something that advanced? Personally, I'm just blown away that they could achieve such things 12,000 years ago. And the craziest part? This whole site was buried and hidden for millennia. Scientists discover the tomb of the Anunnaki king that dates back 12,000 years. The ancient world still holds countless mysteries, and this one is absolutely mind-blowing. Among the most puzzling finds were a collection of cylinder seals depicting mysterious scenes. Some researchers think they show mythological themes, while others believe they represent symbolic interpretations of natural phenomena or social structures. What really caught people's attention were objects made from an unknown metal alloy. Chemical analysis revealed rare elements that are hardly ever found in pure form in nature, and how these alloys were made, still a mystery. This raises huge questions about the level of metallurgical knowledge people had back then. Honestly, it doesn't even seem like humans could have made this stuff. Could it be someone or something else? Why are the Anunnaki often shown as human-like reptiles? Could they have been extraterrestrials? This discovery caused a major stir in academic circles. Historians and archaeologists were amazed at the advanced state of Sumerian civilization, especially considering the level of craftsmanship seen in the artifacts. Some experts even say we need to rethink what we know about ancient technology and science. That said, not everyone agrees. Some scientists are calling for caution, warning against jumping to wild conclusions without solid evidence. They're asking for a deeper analysis and the involvement of specialists from multiple fields, like metallurgy, astronomy, and linguistics. Personally, I've heard this kind of be cautious talk before. It always makes me wonder, what are they not telling us? Could it be that scientists are hiding the truth? That a highly advanced alien civilization once lived here, and their remains are being kept secret? Or maybe they left Earth, leaving behind only myths and teachings? Drop your opinion in the comments. Of course, these tomb discoveries give us a unique window into Sumerian civilization. They help us understand their belief systems, rituals, and social structure. The artifacts show that their artisans were incredibly skilled, and their economy was complex and well-developed. The cuneiform tablets might contain valuable information, history, myths, laws, or economic records. It could take years to decode everything, but it might completely change what we think we know about that era. Still, there's one huge question that hasn't been answered. How was all this even possible back then? Even with all the research, so many questions remain. Like, what do all those symbols and carvings really mean? What kind of technology was used to create such advanced metal artifacts? Did the Sumerians have access to knowledge and tools that were later lost to time? Archaeologists are planning to keep digging. Literally. They're hoping to find more chambers or underground connections. Tools like ground-penetrating radar and three-dimensional modeling could help a lot. Let's just hope they actually share the results with the public. Because let's be real, this wouldn't be the first time archaeologists have kept major finds hidden from regular people. Now you might be thinking, this sounds like a conspiracy theory or you're crazy. But seriously, doesn't it all seem a little too strange to be a coincidence? Maybe the truth is being buried beneath layers of secrecy. After all, there's real evidence now suggesting that humans have picked up signals or traces from intelligent extraterrestrial civilizations. Could the Anunnaki be descendants of those aliens? Okay, let's not get carried away. There are already so many myths and legends tied to the Anunnaki that often get mixed up with science. In pop culture, they're sometimes portrayed as ancient astronauts or aliens who visited Earth long ago. Those ideas have been featured in books and movies, but there's no solid proof behind them. real scientists remind us how important it is to think critically and stick to evidence. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki symbolized divine forces and natural elements. They reflected the worldview and values of that era. That said, it's not impossible that ancient people saw real extraterrestrials and just thought they were gods. I tend to lean toward that idea. I mean, is it just a coincidence that we haven't seen a new god appear in thousands of years? As you know, people today are still fascinated by the Anunnaki and Mesopotamian civilizations. They inspire writers, artists, filmmakers. You see them in movies, comics, video games, everywhere. But it's important to separate fiction from fact. Maybe all those images of the Anunnaki as lizard-like creatures are just made up. Who knows what gods really look like? Anyway, let's not get too lost in the myths. Let's talk about the technical wonders unearthed during excavation. The Sumerians were incredibly advanced for their time. They invented cuneiform writing, one of the first writing systems ever. They developed calendars, the foundations of math and geometry, and used astronomy to predict eclipses and track planetary movements. They were also master engineers and builders. They built ziggurats, complex irrigation systems, canals, and dams. Their metalwork included bronze and gold, as we can see from the artifacts discovered. Most importantly, maybe all this knowledge came from the Anunnaki. In fact, during excavations, researchers found design patterns in ancient buildings that were remarkably similar, suggesting that the Sumerians may have inherited their skills from an even older and more powerful civilization. Who knows for sure? One last point. Religion played a huge role in Sumerian life. They believed the gods controlled every aspect of life and nature. Temples weren't just places of worship. They were administrative centers where records were kept and big decisions were made. The Sumerians had organized cities with temples, trade, and urban administration. Their legends and epic tales, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, were passed down through generations, shaping their cultural identity and moral values. These stories were sources of wisdom, knowledge, and a way to understand the world around them. Maybe the Sumerians were actually talking about real aliens from other planets all along. But what really matters is the legacy of the Sumerian civilization. After all, their influence left a major mark on the future of humanity. The Akkadians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and other peoples adopted their achievements. A lot of their inventions and ideas became the foundation of human progress. By studying Sumerian history, we can better understand the roots of modern civilization and truly appreciate how far we've come over thousands of years. That's why learning about the past is so important, especially when it's as mysterious as the Anunnaki. To wrap up, let me throw out a crazy question, not scientific or smart, but still worth thinking about. What if ancient alien civilizations really did visit Earth? There are so many fascinating theories and facts floating around this topic. Just look at the ancient pyramids in Egypt or the incredible caves scattered around the world. They just don't look like something humans could have built with the tools of the time. But governments and officials keep trying to convince us, no, humans built all of that. Personally, I feel like the Anunnaki and other ancient civilizations might have been created or influenced by beings from outer space. Maybe they were what people called gods, but instead of being imaginary or magical, they were real beings, aliens who came to Earth to help humans evolve. Why would they do that? Maybe they wanted to create offspring to fight wars. Maybe they did it for fun. Or maybe they genuinely came with good intentions to help early humans grow and learn. Whatever the reason, we might never know the full truth, unless someone builds a time machine or we uncover undeniable evidence of alien contact. Speaking of that, scientists have recently announced the possibility of contact with intelligent extraterrestrial life. We might even meet them soon. There have already been theories that later turned out to be true. So who knows? Would you want to watch a video about that? If yes, make sure to leave a comment and let me know. Today, we've taken a deep dive into the mysterious world of ancient Mesopotamia and explored secrets that have been buried for thousands of years. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. And I want to highlight once again just how smart and creative the Anunnaki seem to be. The number of amazing things they may have created is just mind-blowing. Subscribe and join us as we explore forgotten history. Like, share, and support this journey to uncover the truth beneath the ruins. See you next time.